In today's episode, we will be cultivating some olives to produce olive oil, start manufacturing some pots, and claiming one of the most beautiful islands within the game. Sit back, relax, and enjoy. Good day, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Rilo, and welcome back to Anno. So in our previous episode, we were busy setting up the last few resources that we need for our plebeians, especially the amphorae and the olive oil. We've successfully settled a new island, which we've started to build up, and just made sure that we do cater to the basic needs of the people that are going to live here. And this island is specifically going to be used to get your resin as well as the olive oil, as those are the two main core ingredients that we do need for building these last few items that we do need. As we can see here, we need clay, we need the resin, and then we need the olive grower, and then we can craft the olive oil accordingly. So what I want to do today is to expand on that and make sure that we do fulfill those needs, and then we can move up to the next civilization, civilization tier, and from there we need to start thinking about some military. There are a few islands that I'm thinking about conquering, like this massive island over here. It's pretty beautiful, but this is one of the islands that I want to conquer, as this will give us a lot of space to get a very high population, and maybe think about making this the main island that we want to move towards. So yeah, we'll get started. So what I'm going to do for that in the meantime is I'm just going to send a little boat there, just so that we can see how much it will cost, because every island does cost money to settle, so we need to make sure that we do have enough to manage that. But with that said, let's start moving in to build the more complex requirements for this. So clay will definitely be one of the more important items that we're going to build. So we are definitely going to build the 2 clay pits, and we'll go ahead and connect them, and then connect this to the rest of our village. There we go. And since there's a lot of trees here, this is actually excellent for resin. You need a lot of trees for the resin camps to actually do what you need to do. So I'm going to maybe put it down here to the bottom, or more likely around here. So let's rather put it around here. I think this might be the better spot. So I think there should be enough space to satisfy 3 of them. I don't want to build the road actually in their little areas, because that does prevent or take away some of the productivity of that particular building. So there we go. So that will produce a nice chunk of resin for us. And then we can build 1 warehouse there, and I think we will need 1 warehouse over here. There we go. So we will now build get some of the base components for resin and clay, and then we also need some charcoal burners. So we'll add the charcoal burners here at this little area at the bottom. So I think there should be enough to add 2 of them. Yes, I'll sort out the workforce now. Thank you. There we go. Like such, it might be close enough for that. It's just a bit too far for that warehouse. So yeah, we'll need to figure out if we can maybe move this warehouse. Let's try and move that warehouse a bit closer to maybe over here. I believe that should be close enough. Yeah. Perfect. So yeah, we got the notification that we need more workforce. So let's upgrade a few of these buildings. There we go. That should be enough. And unfortunately, that is one of the things that we do need to cater for, is we need to take care of the workforce, because that is one of the main things that we need to take into account. So you see, maybe there's one thing that we need to build that will increase the population. And so now that we have some additional workforce, we just need to see if there's any additional requirements that we need to take care of. Something like soap and sandals we do need. So possibly need to look at setting up a trade route for that, but we'll do that quite soon. Let's do that, because I need that for the population to grow. So I'll create a new trade route. So if you are new to the game, the trade route option will be here on the left, and you can create a new trade route. You can assign one of our ships. So ideally we will want to use the smaller cargo ships, because this one is more military based. So I'll move the other ship towards that island that we want to capture. So I'm going to take this ship, I'm going to click here on the main capital, and then to the secondary one that we want to accompany. And then at the main island we would want to, let's make it 20, because we don't want to have too many people here, and we're going to unload it. And then also we would like to get some sandals, and then we're also going to probably give around 20, and then we'll unload it here. We can finish the route. So once that's done, we actually get some additional research that we can accomplish or go for, since we've done some of the requirements for the research, and now this boat will go ahead and do the research. So let's see, it's 67,000 to build a new island, so it's a little bit expensive. So as soon as we cater for these more complex resources, that requirement should go down by quite a lot. Perfect. So now we need to start building the Ammo Fray. I think I'm mispronouncing that so much. But we have the resin and we have the clay. Now we just need to build the potters. So for them, I think we're going to put down... I'll put on 2 or 3 of these. There we go. This is probably going to be one of the main production areas. And then for the olive oil, the same. We can also put down the production buildings for the olive oil, so long. They are quite cheaper to make, but they do take a lot of space. So I believe 4 of them... that one is skew. Let's just see if I can turn it around. There we go. No man, I want to turn it. Let's turn that around. Like such. And then build the 4th one. There we go. Now we need to expand this area a little bit because we need more people. But luckily that's quite an easy task to do. Just like that. I need to remove this road here because this is where... Yeah, there's a bit of a mess up here on how I built this section. Because there's actually a better way that you can build out a little area to cater for more of these resource buildings. But yeah, this one is definitely not it. Yeah, some mistakes were made, but it's fine. We will fix that in a little bit. Oh, I think we also need to make sure that we do cater for their base resources. I think we might run out of some fish and porridge soon, but we'll sort that out just now. So let's upgrade some of these guys. We do need quite a decent amount of workforce, but that's okay. We can start building the olive fields. So I'll try and use as much of this area here as possible. So let's put on these olive fields and see how much we can use of this field. Okay, it's actually quite a decent amount of space. So we should be able to have quite a lot of them, which is good news. Let's see, 160. Let's see, maybe there's... Yeah, it's not going to be exactly the way I want it, but it's okay. Let's put those 2 here. And I just connect these with a road. I'm going to connect it closer to the river. Like such, and we can bring it up here. And I think they might be a little bit too far for a warehouse, but we'll take care of that now. Okay, we can build those few olive fields there. And you can start bringing that down again, like such. How much do I have left? Okay, there's still, that's 160. So let's do it like that, and I think I can build a 4th one. And that one should cater for all of that. And not exactly all of this section, but it's all fine. We've used a lot of the area that we have here. We will possibly move this one. I think we might need to because of the mountain slot that's here, but we'll get to that once we get that, because I want to maybe look at building our aqueducts from there, and that will increase the productivity of these farms. So that's definitely something that we need to look at. And I think we can... let's... I don't want to use too much of that space. I'll put the warehouse closer to here. That should be close enough for them to reach. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. Now, we should have enough resources to level up these guys to get some workforce. And we should now produce some of these resources. I'm going to let some of these resources produce, and then I'll be back in a bit where we can actually see those resources in action and also set up the needed trade route that we do require for them to move to the main island, and that should give a big bump to our current income. Cool, so after a while I was unable to establish the needed trade route to now transport these two resources, the olive oil and the amphray. And our little boat will now deliver these items here, so we should see them popping in here. We can see that that has been delivered, and the olive oil has been delivered, and you will slowly but surely see that our income will start climbing quite a decent bit. That's exactly what we want, as we are now catering towards the needed needs of these guys. So you can see this will increase the population as well as the fire safety, and then the olive oil will also increase the population, but also the income by 1. So it's not massive, but the additional benefits that you get, like your population increase and the health increase, is really, really great, because that should increase your workforce as well and give you a lot more to play with. But I mean, the income gain that we are getting here is wonderful. Are my people ailing? Oh shucks. Okay, I need to take care of the needs so you can
dissatisfied with their lot and may soon revolt.
Revolt? Why do they want to revolt? I'm trying to figure out what's wrong, why the people don't like it, but I know my happiness and fire safety and all of those things are not all that great. That is something that I need to to take care of. Is there a problem why they are not satisfied? I need to see what makes their happiness a little bit better. I think it's mainly just some of the buildings and resources that I do provide them that make them not like me that much. So we'll definitely have to increase the happiness quickly. Especially on this island. It's quite poor on this island. And that one doesn't need it, but... where can I put it? I'll have to put it here for now. Let's see, what is causing the biggest negative effects? Okay, it seems to not to be too bad. I just want to see, okay, what's this? This is just trade area effect. Okay, that's just stuff that we get normally. But from this island's perspective, we are quite settled. I think everybody's needs are catered for. I just believe they need a tavern, which we can quickly build for them. There we go. That should cater for these guys' needs. And they should be more happy, and our population should slowly increase for them as well. We also need to keep an eye on the amount of resources that we do have available on this island. It seems like it's quite stable. The only one that might be a bit tricky is the resin. But for that, I've also updated some of the research that we're getting. So we're going to start doing the duct irrigation research for when we get to the actual, what do you call it, the aqueducts, which we will get to soon. And then also for the resin, we're going to get untapped soil. So that means we can place this item or this building in the meadows, and that will grow the buildings that we need around it, which is perfect. So that just basically allows us to build it where we want to, and we don't need to be too worried about trees in the area. And then just a bunch of basic things for some workforce and water conservation and just loading speeds for our warehouses, which are really good resource items to get. So I think now we should be able to do a little bit of expansion on the people that live on this main island of ours. The overall layout that I have here is quite horrible, so I will change the layout a little bit offline just to make it a bit more usable, because the problem is that the section here in the middle I wanted to use for actual resource buildings, but now it's just a mess all over the place. So I found a way to reduce that. So that should be one of our next endeavors that we want to tackle. But for now, I just want to slightly increase my income and just make sure that everything is catered for. So porridge is good, our tunics are good, our pileus are good. Bread is good. We are having a reduction in our flour, but that's just because we have increased bakeries. Garum is actually something that we need to increase along with salt. Because we are using sandals, we're pulling sandals from here to the other island, as well as soap. We do need to maybe look at increasing our sandal production, and that will require more salt. Just want to say, I think our salt production is on this side of the island, and then that should be enough. Just want one piece of road connecting them, and I do believe you also need to add some fire watches, custodia, and possibly a medici is not too important here. But we do need one on this side. There we go. Yeah, those things we will also sort out. We definitely need to, because that's not great. Then our garum. Garum production is also very important because of the amount of new people that we are getting to live on this island. We do need those resources. I do believe the mackerels are something that we also need to increase just a little bit. There we go. And that should take care of that. And then, of course, the creation of... Oh, wow. Something terribly happened here. Instant repair. We need to repair all of these things. I think that was because of them ailing and being sick. Probably didn't cater to them quickly enough. Yeah. Not great. Not great at all. But that's fine. We have... Do we have some of the... we do have a lot of those. And then the shoe production basically gives us area of effect income. So we need to see if we can put it somewhere here where we can get some income from them. Yeah, guess we can put one down right here. That should give some income, but then we need to produce quite a lot more of them. So I'm going to put them next to the actual creation of the leather. I think that's leather, yes. Let's add some shoe production. That should be cool. And then we need additional pigs as well. You need one there, and then 1, 2, 4. That should be good. Well, are they still having issues here? That should be good now. Maybe there's some form of swine flu or something happening around here. I don't know. Yeah, that should be enough, and I think it's just our soap. That might be a bit of a problem as well, because we are taking soap to the other island as well. I did increase the actual soap production, but lavender is going to be a shortfall. But we'll take care of that in the next episode. So for now, what we can do, so long as we can settle on this massive island. There we go. And this guy gave us some reward. That's great. That's what we want.
I await your instruction.
Okay, it was because I went into debt. The guy decided to take away it, and it reduced our relationship. Okay, that's interesting. Don't know why our relationship with this guy actually got diminished. But anyway, we've probably settled on a new island. This is one of the massive islands with this most scenic view ever. So yeah, I think that is going to be it for today's video. Thank you very much for watching. If you do enjoy this type of content, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Cheers.